Now this area I don't like. I mean, it's nice because it's like, oh look, they gave Watt a use. But it's really, really just annoying to deal with. I remember these guys. These were in Mario World. I remember them because I did that whole how I'm bad at everything video. I don't regret those videos either. They don't bother me. I've thought about it. I'm like, what if I was so bad that I had like an entire playlist just dedicated to me being horrible at games? Also, I'm not counting these enemies as something different because they literally only appear in this little caverny area. So, I mean, you're not going to see them like anytime after this. So they barely count at that. I mean, I suppose it's nice. I don't know, I kind of like when Mario goes back to other things and they'll bring certain things back. I mean, it's more or less a nostalgia value than it is anything else. But I mean, sometimes that can be like one of those things that's just a minor touch and you're just like, oh man, that's so great. Can I make that jump? No, and that's another part that annoys me, aside from the fact that I can't spin through it. I have to use Watt, and then I have to put Watt down, and then switch to Power Carry, and then blindly fly through the dark, and then switch back to Watt, and then deal with Power Carry some more. I mean, there probably is ways you can go through this easier, but I just don't like this area. It's not my preferred thing. Also, like, it sounds kind of messed up. Oh, don't give me that. I'm gonna ditch the Tasty Tunic, because there's very, very few instances where I ever need that. Like, I know there's been a lot of times in games where it's like, oh, well, here's Bowser's Castle. But it's like, a lot of times in Mario games, I don't feel like we've ever actually had a true and complete Bowser's Castle, if that makes any sort of sense. Like, I feel like every Bowser's Castle we've had could be better in some way. Like, none of them feel like a true, authentic version. Like, if this was Bowser's Castle, this would be completely what it's like, if that makes sense. Like, what's the most convincing Bowser's Castle you can think of? Like, none of the ones in Mario 64 were, I mean, they weren't his castle, but I mean, like, they, and then Sunshine was also, Galaxy was pretty, Just being honest. We're just, I don't know, how much does a regular hammer do? We'll just D-down pound it, just to be sure. The Mario Kart ones probably are closer than what we've had in anything else. I mean, it's nice kind of going through Bowser's Castle. This one doesn't really feel like much of a Bowser's Castle either, honestly. I don't know, I suppose I like the one in... Oh, yeah, no, when it comes to Mario Kart levels, I'm not sure which ones to vote for. Like, I really love the music inside the one on Wii. I think I just like the one in 64 for nostalgia value. Pretty much all the ones in Double Dash, or not Double Dash, Super Circuit are shit. Just being honest. Double Dash wasn't bad. But it's like, which one of those felt the most convincing, though? Like, which one could you go through and say, yeah, that's Bowser's Castle? And, like, even in Mario 1, like, some of those didn't really feel like it, because it's like, oh, well, this is just the same as any other castle. And I think that's the way I feel about the entire Mario Brothers series, as it's like, they don't stand out because of that, if that makes sense. Also, I should really probably be editing this stuff out, but, yeah. That's just my opinion. I mean, you got your own, like, I'm curious to see what other people think, but, yeah. That's just my way of viewing it, is it's like, I feel like we could have way better. Not saying what we have is shit, but... Ouch, I forgot about that part. But it feels like there's so much untapped potential that could be had. There's so much more diversity and uniqueness that could be added to Bowser's personal abode. Yeah, I suppose after this fight I should go back to, removing these, because I did say I was going to. And I feel kind of bad now thinking about it. It's like, oh, I could be saving these people so much more time and making these videos less about pointless battling and more about something worthwhile. But hey, what are you gonna do, right? Well, we're gonna jump over him and just completely ignore him. What's in here? I said what's in here! What's in here? Took forever. Thank you. Jump. Alright. Now we can carry on. Also, just because like it popped in my head as I said that, I don't like the song Carry On My Wayward Son. It's a really, really annoying song in the sense that you don't need to play it fucking 8 times in one day. Especially considering it's a really long and drawn out song, and it's like, we get it. So I don't like that song that much. Before I fight him, I do want to look around. That's a dead end. Okay. Another thing is, I'm at a point where it's almost like I want to start using those items I have, like this maple super and the honey super, just to make room for my inventory. But at the same time, it's like I don't feel like I'm in dire need of it. So yeah, like I don't feel right using it unless I'm like down in single digits, if that makes any sort of sense. Okay, so there's not a damn thing down here at all, and I just wasted my time. Whatever, it's cool. I also don't like the idea of branching paths around here. That's kind of annoying. Also, I like this little drop-down menu. It's really nice, and it annoys me how it's not in Thousand Year Door. Yep, I'm gonna keep talking about it. Not really. It also doesn't help that I'm about to level up in a minute, and I've got things like Happy Heart and Happy Flower helping me along the way. I don't know, I might... like, I've got 3 life shrooms, which is a bit redonk. What? But I mean, like, I might, sell some things if I can. Oh, you're such a crafty bugger, you! Oh, hi. Did I mention that it doesn't help that I'm about to level up? I don't know if I said it or not, but I'm saying it now, so if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But yep! Okay, that should be the end of the Dark Caverns part, at least. There we go. Oh! Hold on. Yeah, no, I guess I pushed this thing then. Yeah, that's a perfectly normal thing for a thing to do. I actually thought I was making a hole, but alright. You came back? You escaped from that underground jail? But there was no way you could escape. Of all the dirty tricks. Guess I have to keep my word. You can go through. But don't think I'll forget this. Why are doors talking? I understand this is a Mario game, but this is a door. Alright, so I suppose this is the point of no return then. I believe it should be this area at least. This portion over here feels maybe a little bit more like Bowser's Castle. It's kind of like interesting to look at. Yeah, because see right here, this is the last shop in the entire fucking game. So if you want anything in the world, you're gonna have to do it now. I'm a guard of the warehouse room I broke. You know, I've got stuff. Coins, sell stuff. Take a look around. Yes, but yeah, that's what I want to see if I can claim things. Good, so I can claim the jam and jelly. And we'll go ahead and claim the whack-a-bump too. What? Okay, fine. I'm really thinking on selling. No, I could sell a super shroom. An ordinary super shroom, because it's almost at the point where it's like I'm not going to be needing that. I've got like smooch and a bunch of other things else if I need it. We can sell a life shroom because I don't think I'm going to be needing 3. I'll keep these because I imagine they'll be going pretty quick. So, yeah. Hey, don't tell King about it, yeah. Well, you said you needed coins, and instead you gave me some. No, wait. I just realized he's talking with his foot. Or do all Goombas do that? Did I grab it? Because I'm pretty sure... What? Don't try to fool me, pal. You don't have any items in storage. Oh, well, you said hear me go, and it didn't appear above my head, so excuse me for, like... thinking. Yeah, and see, this is what I mean. It's like, after this point, coins are pretty much worthless, because you've got everything you could possibly need. Like, if you still die and have all of this shit that I have... Oh, you and I are gonna have a long talk after class. I guess that's something I can talk about. Schooling. Oh, that was cool. Yeah. So there you go. While I'm having at that. one thing that I find kind of interesting is that, like, people will come to me about anything, excuse me, that involves school, because it's like everyone around here knows that I'm the only one that actually does shit. So I find that kind of funny. Everyone else is lazy and doesn't do anything, but it's like at least I'm recognized as the one who actually puts forth effort. So that's a nice feeling. It's cool, except for the people I don't like when they ask me things, and it's like, I don't want to tell you because you're not nice to me. Okay, well that's nice, except for the part where I ignore defense with my cooly-dooly items. We're just gonna... Yeah, because I want to take care of this, but at the same time I'm not sure if I'm gonna level up. I shouldn't level up, which means it would be a good idea to, use a honey super or whatever the hell, if need be. But see, like, things like Happy Heart and then that, and I'm just about to level up in a minute, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. Ow. I thought he was going to jump for some reason. Alright, fine. We'll just go ahead and use, the honey super just to get it out of the way. I mean, I'm not in that dire need, but, at least so I can have one more for, like, another D-down pound or something after the fight. And they're gonna give you more items that are, like, huge and worthwhile, too, so... Oh, like that! Thank you! What? Cool, so we're leveling up, which means we got full everything again. So, HP it is. Now, if I can get a minute to, like... Oh my lord, if it wasn't for the idea that coins were useless, I'd be so happy. I'm gonna go ahead and sell that super shroom real quick. Anyway, hi. Whoa! That one actually took a toll on me, like holy crap. There was 4 Magic Koopas and it's like Tri-Attack but with geometry. So that's pretty much what happened. Okay, good. I'm pretty sure this is the right way. Yeah, I didn't check the downstairs area like a doof, but so be it. Oh, well that's locked. Maybe I'm going the wrong way then. I don't know! I don't feel like backtracking right now. This is a puzzle I'm not super crazy about just because I don't like rinse and repeat kind of things. Like here, do this, do that, do this again, do that again. That's about it. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a bad puzzle, just pretty much. Also, I don't like having to ride Sushi because riding Sushi is kind of bad. Also, she must be a really strong fish to be able to, like, hold a obese man on her. Like, just a thought. And above all, no, I'm not gonna say that just because that's dumb. Like, I know some people would say it to be, funny. No, it's not funny. You know, fish breathing bullshit, that's not funny, so I'm not gonna say it. But I already did, so who cares? Whatever. I don't know, I don't like the generic things a lot of people say. I try and stray away from that, too. Thank you. Yeah, no, they pull out all the stops here and try and make you use a little bit of everything when you're in here. So even things that are just completely arbitrary and out of the necessary things, they're gonna like, oh hey, you haven't done a spin jump in a while, what do you say you do one of those? Like, that's pretty much the way it is. I don't know. Yeah, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Had a thought here, and I plan on capitalizing it. I need sushi. Cause see, now what you gotta do is literally go all the way back and undo everything. See what I mean? That's just not necessary. So I'm going to transition right now.